Flying over Kenya is like looking at a great tapestry woven by nature. From the window of the plane, extensions of green, yellow, and blue are visible, showing an authentic natural treasure. Unfortunately, Kenya will be one of the countries that will suffer the most from climate change, with an increase of 2.5 degrees of temperature by 2050. The desertification advances more and more, and if we don't do something, it will soon be very difficult to live in this wonderful country. My name is Sebastian Castro, and I have come to Kenya to see what can be done to restore all of its splendor. As humans, we tend to forget, in our hectic city lives, the reality of the changes that our planet is going through. Countries like Sudan, Ethiopia, and Kenya have already started to realize the importance of environmentalism. More and more people are finding creative solutions to this problem.
Hello, morning. Hi, how are you? Welcome.
In 2016, Keri Kinjanjui and Elsen Karstad founded Seed Balls Kenya, dedicated to fight against desertification with two very simple tools, seeds and coal dust. How is the technique of the actual seed ball?
So the basic concept behind all of this had been, how do we mimic natural regeneration of forests? So we've seen over the years in different parts of Kenya, there's certain conditions that actually allow trees to come back naturally by themselves. So that's when I started looking up, how do you actually pelletize seeds to protect them from being eaten? Okay, so as you see, it's a seed in the middle of the charcoal dust. And then once it rains enough, these melt off completely, and then the seed goes back to being in its natural state.
I'm here. I came all the way here to actually go explore Kenya and see how it is impacting the lives of all these people and how it is actually having such a big consequence on the environmental mission that Kenya is having. So
good.
Let's go explore the 6 million
excellent.
trees.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, good.
This is one of the strongest calf from the north. The name is called Yellow Beast, crossing all over the north.
Kenya is home to 25,000 species of animals and over 7,000 species of plants. Roaming its lands, forests, and savannas means entering one of the most biologically fascinating countries on Earth, where lions, elephants, and giraffes will be my hosts. Teddy, you brought me here to this area of the South Hore. Why is that?
So this area is a very interesting sort of bit where there's a huge dynamic of between climate change and things like overgrazing. It's going through desertification, and some of these bits are sort of this classic symptoms of loss of vegetation. So when it rains, the water flows off really quickly, but in the dry season it blows away, wind erosion, the soil, topsoil. So areas like this are really on the forefront of where ecosystems are changing to being drier and harsher and harder to live in and harder to sustain life.
How about the people, the locals? Are they paying the price?
When you ask them, especially the older generations, how was everything here when you were young? And they'd be able to say, you know, the rains were more regular. We were able to actually count on 4 years would be decent rains with 1 year drought. Someone told me the other day it's completely changed. It's 1 year of good rains and 4 years of drought. And so that makes life, you know, very, very hard for lots of people.
Teddy, what's the plan?
Okay, so the plan for today is we've got 4 donkeys waiting for us and a dozen people from the local community around here who've all volunteered to help to come and plant a whole bunch of seed balls.
So a place now we want to plant is already a desert. So we want to put it back how it was before.
Acacia Senegal is useful to Samburu people in different ways. One, we use it as medicine to treat malaria and typhoid.
Texture, yeah.
You can even sell it
Make a lot of money.
as glue.
As glue?
As glue, yeah. When it flowers, we harvest a lot of honey. We are very good beekeepers.
Beekeepers?
Yes, like myself, I have 4.
So, honey, medicinal purposes, food for animals,
food for animals and humans.
Wow.
That's why it's very important to Samburu people. This tree is very important.
All tribes in Kenya play an essential role in the preservation of their ecosystems. Our day with the Samburu has come to an end, but our trip through this wonderful land is just beginning. We traveled to Nanyuki at the foothills of Mount Kenya. From there, we followed the acacia gum's path once it is collected. Hello. How are you?
I'm good.
It's wonderful to be here and see the whole process taking shape.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get the gum, it is brought here, and what do you do with it?
When the gum is brought here, it is brought in big bulks or in big sacks. What happens here is the cleaning, just the way you can see these women doing. It is cleaning or rather shorting out the first grain.
What is your role? What do you
My
do
role here is supervision and managing the stock to make sure that what is cleaned and what is ready for the market is purely clean.
And it seems that this is a really relevant commodity for this community. What does it mean? What is its significance for you?
To us here, we use it to empower women, or even to have women do something for themselves. It gives me a lot of sense of purpose and a lot of meaning in our lives, because we get our daily bread from here and we make our living from here.
The acacia gum, or Arabic gum, is extracted from the tree without damaging it. It is called the desert gold. Abdi, you're an expert at this, but did you know this is actually going, in the long run, and ends up here, rolling papers halfway around the world in Europe?
No idea. This is new to me. 100% gum Arabic, 100% natural. Wow. It's really gum.
It's gum.
It's gummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Planting acacia trees in large tracts of land can be used to prevent desert encroachment and even reclaim desert land. The land seems pretty extremely dry. Is this what desertification looks like?
Yeah, this is the beginning. As you see, there are only the trees left. All the lower vegetation, the grasses and stuff is gone. So as soon as that cycle starts going faster and faster, it gets more and more into a desert.
This is a pretty far off place. How do you bring seed balls where there's no road access?
Yeah, so for areas where there's no road access, really remote, far away, but there's still been some sort of land degradation, we've found that doing aerial seeding is a really incredible way of covering massive amounts of land in a very quick time.
Teddy,
yeah.
Where are we traveling today, mate?
Okay, so today we're going to go just south of Nairobi. It's a 20-minute flight, or what would have been a 3.5-hour drive each way.
Approximately how many seeds are we going to throw?
We're going to drop out about 40,000 tree seeds. Of those, the number that we expect to become big trees should be within 10 to 20% of all of those, because it's in a pretty wild dry land area.
So we're going to be planting around 4,000 trees in one day.
In 20 minutes, not even in one day, yeah.
Kenya is a breathtaking country. This year, however, the rains came late. Signs that climate change will result in a harsher, drier season. Its recent past has seen some of the worst deforestation rates worldwide, but all is not lost. New techniques and ecologically minded organizations such as Seedballs Kenya and OCP give me hope that with a common purpose and creativity, we may just be able to restore the environment. It is mankind's duty to recover that which has been lost, and with each seed ball that is thrown, I am confident that Kenya will be restored to its natural green splendor.
Thank you.